Hello and welcome back to the Cronecast of the Rising Moon. My name is Elaine, and on this channel I do Yes and No Tarot, I do Predictive Tarot, I do the Spirit Guide Weekly Divine Guidance Reading, I do Active Magic Candle Magic Tarot, and I also do Healing and Divine Messages, and that's what I have for you today. This is a reading for self-care, self-healing, and how to become whole within. I have 4 piles in a pick-a-card presentation. All of the candles were first anointed with healing conjure oil, and then they all have a particular focus in life. There's going to be an insert in a moment so that you can pick your pile, but first please don't forget to subscribe. Please don't forget to hit the thumbs up button. It really does help the channel. And there's going to be an insert. Concentrate. See which one calls out to you. That is the message you're most meant to receive. I did put a different focus on all of the different piles, so you can pick more than one pile if you'd like. Concentrate, see which one calls out to you, and I will see you at the time of your reading. Again, these are messages for self-healing, self-care, how to become whole within. Welcome back. If you chose candle number 1, pile number 1, then this is your candle, this is your reading, and this is your marker for the reading, which I'm going to be putting over here. I hope you'll still be able to see it. This is pile number 1. Your candle was anointed again with healing oil. First, all of the candles were. I'm going to put that over here for the moment. And then you have psychic cleansing oil. If you chose this pile, it's very likely that you have had enough trauma in your life that your psychic eye is a little bit blocked. It could be recent, it could be from formative damage, but we're going to take a look. Please be aware that this is not intended to be any kind of love reading. This is about focusing on self and self-care and what you can do to feel whole within, either to feel better in the relationship that you already have or to attract the love that will be nurturing and healing for you. Okay, let's get going on this. Put your candle over there. White is a very good protective color. This is the Ace of Wands. That is creative endeavors. Creative endeavors and new beginnings is usually what happens with the Ace of Wands. This is a Celestial Tarot. It will be bringing you the predictive spread. This is the Healing Oracle. You've got awareness. This is a card people get when they need to be very aware of the things within them that both serve and then also detract from their life. For instance, I can be incredibly determined and it can help me achieve things, but I can also be stubborn and unbudgeable in personal relationships. So awareness of the traits that you possess, and it's not about negatives or positives, it's simply about knowing yourself. The easiest way to tap into your greatest potential for creativity is simply to understand who you are and what you're called towards. I have rainbow blessings. Blessings are showering your life. Well, let's hear it for that. That means pretty much what you might think it means. You're heading into a season. This, by the way, is a timeless reading, but you're heading into a season of abundance. I have a look in a book. Whatever your questions right now, you'll find the answer in a book. The words you seek will bring you the insight you seek. Here's the thing. If you've gotten the Ace of Wands, if you were drawn to that pile, chances are your creativity is one of the things that will help you heal from whatever trauma, any difficulties, any disappointments, kind of any setbacks that you've experienced recently. And look in a book can be about, for awareness in particular, there are a bunch of very good books that kind of help us to teach us how to have insight into self. But then there's also instructive. And one of the great things about YouTube, by the way, if you need to learn how to do anything, type it into the search bar and there is somebody who has made a video about it. If you're not, some people have dyslexia, some people just don't like to read very much. There are always ways around this in the internet age, but don't forget that there's so much committed to paper, so much knowledge, so much intelligence. You can reach out for it if you're looking to expand your life. One of the best things to do is to identify your area of interest and start learning about it. I have Gateway. Oh, beautiful. With look in a book. That is apparently the thing that will lead you forward and change. God, these, I don't use these much in personal readings, and I really should. They're so, so beautiful. But I hardly ever get a chance to sit down and do a full healing read. All right, I have Higher Power from the Wisdom Oracle. That is being able to tap in, to listen to your spirit guides, being able to, and by the way, it doesn't mean believing in divinity. Everybody has a different belief system, and we get the answers that we have, the things we are drawn to, that's the right answer for you. Now, obviously, I do believe in a higher power, and by say obviously, anybody who watches me for any length of time, I channel the Archangel Gabriel, and I do believe that there is a loving presence in this world that is the divine. Do I think of it as the God of religion? I don't personally, but that doesn't mean that there isn't validity in religion for other people. The answers that you are drawn to have validity for you. There is no universal truth. There is personal truth when it comes to belief and faith. Okay, I have new life. Yay. Higher power, change, new life, digging it. Peace. Wow. And then dark thoughts. You're battling depression. One of the best ways to battle depression is quite simply to go towards new and intriguing things, new relationships, new friendships. The whole concept of trying to find a tribe, people with whom you share affinity. Friendships are an incredibly healing thing, but how do you find the people who are you're best suited to? Start with social media groups, sincerely. There is almost always a community waiting for you. One of the best things about the internet age is we are not simply defined by the geography surrounding us. We have so much available to us. I have the Three of Wands. Wow, that is a creative endeavor involving multiple people. It's also your ship coming in. I have the King of Cups in the upright, the Ace of Pentacles in reverse, Queen of Swords in reverse, in the upright in the recent past. Gonna get going again. We're gonna look at this spread and see what it's advising, what changes you might need to make, what you might need to heal. Two of Cups in the upright, the Tower in the upright. Ooh, change, change, change. The Tower's not a bad card. The Tower is divine intervention as well as sudden and complete change. I have the Ace of Wands in reverse as your internal influence. That is what you're trying to heal. That's hilarious. Queen of Cups in the upright. You're feeling thwarted, held back, maybe depressed, and very blocked at the moment. This is a card of frustration. So how do we unblock you? The Hermit in the upright, card of healing, self-reflection, awareness. I love the echoes. I love the echoes that come through on these. Okay. Five of Wands in the upright. That is a card for change as well. Princess of Cups in reverse. We're going to take these guys as they're sticking out. The Chariot in the upright. Change. Movement forward. The Lovers in reverse. That is being whole within. The Queen of Wands in reverse. Okay. That is a card of, again, that frustrated, thwarted, blocked creativity and passion. Eight of Pentacles in the upright. King of Swords in the upright. Let's take the rest of this. Here we go. Seven of Swords in reverse, clarity, purpose, truth. Three of Pentacles in reverse. Wow, you're being asked to really become whole within, to recognize your value as who you are. Remember, even if you don't have somebody standing beside you, that doesn't mean that you're unworthy or unlovable. It simply means that you haven't found the right person for you, because we need to start with understanding that we are the right person for us. And everybody gets tired of the self-care, self-love, love yourself. We all do. Because usually when people are being told that, they're coming from an element of loneliness. And the easiest way to solve loneliness is simply to enjoy your own company. But we live in a society that is very, very focused on romantic pairings and tells you that if you don't have somebody beside you at all times loving you, then you have less worth than somebody who does. That is simply not true. And one of the things to heal is the understanding that you are special and unique and have a purpose in this life. Finding a gift to express that is one of the things that will help you. And what does it need to be? Does it have to be something creative? No, it really doesn't. For instance, I don't have great spatial relations, and I know a couple of people who are incredibly good at organizing, and to me, they have the most amazing gift, and they always dismiss it. Like, they can walk into a closet and walk out, and it's like, why? How did you do that? The things that you think of commonplace within yourself are not. If you have a gift, it isn't because everybody else can do it. It is because it is your particular gift, your particular ability. There are always ways to harness that, to share it, and to make your own life better with it. And if you're feeling a little chaotic and you're sitting there saying, no, my house is a wreck, that's okay. An ordered mind helps, but if you start getting your environment, your exterior environment in order, it will help bring order to your mind as well. I have the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. You really are battling depression. With the Star in the upright, that is hope and dreams coming true. The High Priestess in the upright. Whoa, that's a psychic combination. Six of Pentacles in reverse, and you're not tapping into it because with the Six of, whoa, that is perfect balance. Six of Cups in the upright. King of Wands in the upright with Temperance in the upright. Have patience, manifestation is coming to you. Let's get going here. What do we have here? What do you need to be working on? This is not a romantic relationship, but there is a partnership of sorts available to you in the short term. This is a timeless reading. Whenever you see it is the right time for you, but there is somebody, you have a particular gift and you don't think of it as a gift. You also have very, very good discernment, and it is being slightly blocked out by a depressive streak and a hopelessness streak. Understand that in the next 3 months, that is all turning around. And one of the ways it is that you are apparently going to learn how to have a better expression of self. Start by finding we're jumping. Whenever the flame jumps, it means something's trying to come through. Find the area of expression that is right for you. Half of my clients end up buying oracle decks and tarot card decks because even though it's very difficult to read for yourself, it does start giving you a way of opening the doors to your mind within, unlocking your own pain, your own secrets, your own unhealed wounds is one of the best ways to start finding a way to understand yourself. And the more you understand yourself, the happier experience you will have in this life. You are pretty thwarted and frustrated at the moment. There is a big change coming to you in a partnership that is available. It is not a romantic pairing. It does appear to be in a working or a creative environment. It's jumping again. And that means that be receptive to the people who are coming towards you. Listen carefully. And by the way, when somebody pays you a compliment and says, you're great at this, you have the tendency to dismiss it as if they don't really know you or they might not be telling you the truth, and they are. Learn to understand that if you have heard something over and over and over again about yourself that is positive, that you're giving, you're loving, you're caring, that you have a particular gift, start believing it. Part of what's going on with your inability, that is not shaming or damning, but you have been encountering an inability to heal within. And part of what is causing that is that you don't believe in yourself enough. You don't believe that you are special. You don't believe that you have a unique purpose and a unique power within. You think that you're a little bit commonplace, and you're not. So Ace of Wands in reverse, that is the frustrated and thwarted energy. The Queen of Cups in the upright, we are talking about self-love. If you do nothing else, if you take nothing else away from this reading, please, every single day, name 3 things about yourself that you like first thing in the morning. Whatever it is, do you like that you can sing goofy songs as you unload a dishwasher? Do you like that you have a really good eye for color within your home so that everything you see is kind of stimulating and bright and happy? Do you like the fact that you're able to cook well? Do you like the fact that you're able to dress well? Which, by the way, not a skill everybody has. Anybody who watches me for any length of time, you know I don't know how to do my hair. Like, there is a video of me, there's a piece of my hair sticking up like I'm a freaking unicorn or something throughout the entire video because I have just naturally messy hair and I have no idea what to do with it. Even that is a talent that not all possess. If you're able to put yourself together beautifully, that is not a skill everyone possesses. And understand that there may be ways that you can help yourself and others with particularly that. Start with admitting to yourself what is special, what is good, what is something that has made your life better. And even if your life is a little bit frustrating and depressing right now, which it appears to be, understand that it's changing, and understand that one of the ways to do that is to enumerate your positive attributes. You have them. You have them. You do not have to be perfect to be considered good. You do not have to be perfect. Nobody is perfect. It is an unattainable goal. Release it. Understand that all you can do is continue to strive, continue to try. Find the things about yourself that you do like. Are you a good listener? Are you a good friend? Are you a good fill in that blank? Give yourself credit for that. And start kind of meditating on it to receive the messages, because I have the Queen of Swords and the King of Swords as well. To receive the messages, Queen of Swords, King of Swords, that is spirit guide communication as well. The element of air, trying to bring to you the truth, the Seven of Swords in reverse of who you are and what your unique leadership and kind of singular abilities are with this Three of Pentacles in reverse. Self-love, Queen of Cups, healing, Hermit. Five of Wands, you may need to make some changes as you go forward. Remember, 2021 is going to be a different kettle of fish than 2020 was. Oh, thank goodness. As we have been kind of trapped in stasis, one of the things that we can do is plan to see where we go from here, what changes we want to make, and how we want things to be different. So that is Chariot in the upright. That is moving forward. Understand that if you have found this last period of time, this is timeless, but you're very likely to watch it in, close to when I've released it. We are in a period of kind of being released from a holding pen. As you go forward, understand the point isn't to get back to normal. Normal was not serving most of us. That's why most of these cards are frustrated, depressed, and devalued. Whatever was going on in your past, it taught you to devalue yourself. Your job right now with the Queen of Cups is to learn how to value yourself and stop telling yourself the ways in which you fall short. Give yourself a full week in which you do not criticize yourself even once. And if you catch yourself doing it, name 3 things that you really like about yourself. Sincerely, it will make a giant difference in how you view yourself and how you view your place in the world. With the Chariot in the upright, that will pull you forward. The Lover's in reverse. Now, that can be being parted from somebody, but in this case, since we're talking about healing within, becoming whole and being enough, we have the Queen of Wands in reverse. That is that inability to believe in your own power. The Eight of Pentacles in the upright is a process about how to learn that. One of the things to do is you can also, at the end of every day, write down 5 things that went well in a journal that you keep beside your bed. And even if it's hey, there was no line at Starbucks, it counts. It counts. Set your vibe. Set your vibe, and the energies, like energy attracts like energy. It will start bringing more to you. Okay. I want to get this up to my face for a moment. Do not give up hope. You have been struggling with hopelessness. It is a tough period. You have been in a tough period. At least for 6 months, it just feels like you're a hamster on a wheel and not very pleasant scenery. That is changing. Your balance is returning. You have more coming to you in personal relationships as well, but I'm not really here to talk about that right now. The King of Wands in the upright is manifestation. It can also be somebody with an ardent interest in you. And the Temperance card in the upright is healing. It is patience. It is moderation. And it is self-understanding as well. I've got balance here, I've got balance here, and I've got manifestation here. Make sure you're balancing. Anybody who watches any of my lives, and thank good, somebody volunteered to be a mod for me, so I'll be able to get one of those on the schedule again. Yay, thank you very much. But one of the things that I'm always telling people in my lives is to balance your bottom 3 chakras. Your root, your sacral, and your solar plexus are the things that when you tie yourself firmly to this reality, you ground, you're able to tap in better and receive your guidance better. Your inability to have faith after a tough cycle is the thing that is causing you to not see the potential within your own life and within your own gifts. That is coming to you, as well as a significant partnership. Again, this is not a romantic pairing this time. It will bring about a change in your life, but it's going to be a very good one. And that should be that's coming to you, I believe, within a moon cycle. There is a change coming to you. The thing that you're going to struggle with is believing it. Believe in yourself. You deserve it. I have the Sun. That is the start of a new and positive cycle with victory. My goodness. Patience and strategy. Okay. It's not all happening overnight. It's not. But as you kind of dig deep within and try to find the ways in which you can value yourself, that's what you're struggling with, group number 1. This is the psychic cleansing oil. You were badly traumatized enough that it started to make you wonder, where's my place in this world? Maybe I didn't come here for a happy lifetime. Maybe I didn't come here to receive. Maybe the things that other people have will not be for me. Maybe everything is coming to you. is what this read is saying. And that the only reason that you are being held back right now is you accept less than what you deserve because you don't believe in yourself as much as other people believe in you. Please try to keep that in mind, group number 1. Remember, enumerate your attributes. Whenever you get stuck in a negative, self-punishing cycle, that is what we need to reach for. Self-belief. And we're going to go to Spooky for a final message here. Do we have anything to add for group number 1 for psychic cleansing oil? That is the thing. You need to almost debug your system, like remove the negative voices, the voices of the past. You have been programmed to have a harsh inner critic. Start reprogramming yourself. And once again, do not dismiss your gifts. You're very prone to that. You have a very hard time believing that there's anything special about you. This entire draw has said, please, 6 of Swords in the upright. That is a spiritual journey as well. High Priestess in reverse, that is clarity, things becoming clear. Allow yourself to see yourself with clarity and don't fall into the trap of self-criticism. It is important to have self-awareness, and we do need to work on our shadow selves and the things that we need to improve. But for right now, since you're trying to heal, find the way to be whole within, what you need to do, Page of Swords in reverse, with the 3 of Wands in reverse, is to focus on that which is positive within your life, within your personal makeup. And you have a gift that you have a tendency to think is not very special. But it is special. It is special. Even if you're just a snappy dresser, honest to goodness, I lack the fashion gene too. I think that's probably pretty obvious. But if you have that, understand not everybody does. Start enumerating that which is gifted and beautiful about yourself. Start seeing in yourself what other people have told you is there. Stop disbelieving the positive messages and only concentrating on the harsh inner critic that was, in this group, programmed by somebody in your past, likely in a formative capacity. Take care, pile number 1. Thank you so much for joining me. If you like this reading, don't forget to subscribe and hit the thumbs up button. Subscription button is over there or down below. And if you would like to book me for a private reading, there is going to be a link to my website in the description box down below and an insert in a moment with all the ways to contact me. My prices are on my website, and I'd love a chance to read for you in real life. Take care. Be well. Remember, you are gifted and special. Welcome back. If you chose candle number 2, pile number 2, then this is your candle. This is your reading. We've got a little tent marker this time. I'm going to put this over here. Hopefully it is still visible in the camera frame. I'd received multiple requests to please number the piles. That's my high-tech solution. All right. Your candle was anointed both with healing oil. All of the candles were anointed with healing oil. We are looking into what needs to be healed to bring you happiness, to bring you a feeling of wholeness within. This is the self-care and self-healing. How do I be whole? How do I be happy reading? And you have dream oil. Now this can be things coming to you in visions and dreams. It can also be simply a more physical manifestation in this world about how do you bring your dreams to be in the 3D. All right, let's get going with this. You have the Ace of Cups in the upright. That is about fulfillment, happiness, and love. This is not a relationship read, by the way, and even if things come out, I'm not going to be reading on them. I just really wanted to focus on self type of reading. I have the Ruminate. Ooh, that is one of the healing oracle cards. Ruminating is when we sit and think and think and think and think, but it doesn't need to be negative. It doesn't need to be negative. Dream oil. Embracing enthusiasm. Shout to the heavens with happiness. I guess ruminate on the things in your life that have made you happiest over time. Remember your most positive memories and do yourself a favor. Don't picture the people with you. Picture what was making you happiest exterior to that. Because another person never really makes us happy, but we experience joy when we are around others and interacting with other things. Search for your happiest memories. Inspiration will be found there, apparently. Inspiration. I have be prepared as you'll soon receive a visit from the Fairy of Inspiration. Come dusk or dawn, she can call at any time. Your assignment is transformation, apparently to start looking for what made you happy in your memories. Patience, but of course, It's my collective. If we didn't get patience with the cards, I don't know that I'd know. You probably wouldn't be with the right reader. I'm with a collective that we're all empaths, we're all pretty psychic, and oh my goodness, apparently we're suffering with some impatience for healing. Your wisdom oracle is not for you. I get sick of seeing that card with the never-ending story. Oh. Release the disappointments of the past. You cannot change them. No one gets a time machine. That's what that card combination means. The loving man and transformation. 2 cards of transformation. Okay, this is the butterfly group apparently. And it does have to do with personal happiness. That can be love as well, but we are talking about self-love today. This is the Wizard's Tarot. It's one of Barbara Moore's decks. Great shuffle. I always talk about the decks because I have so many of them. Very small problem. Okay, we're taking you. Guess you want to be the signifier. I have the King of Pentacles in reverse. Oh, so much depression. It makes sense. It's been a very, very tough year. I have the 4 of Pentacles. You've got your guard up too high. 10 of Pentacles in the upright. Might have to do with lockdown. The Devil in reverse. You have released a relationship and a situation that was not serving you any longer. 9 of Cups, but you are disappointed at the moment with the Lovers in reverse. Second group to get that is about being whole within. The Sun in the upright, the beginning of a new and positive transformative cycle. Transformation, transformation, the Sun, yahoo. I have the King of Swords in reverse. There is somebody else involved here, and we're not talking about you. The Fool in the upright, with the 2 of Cups in the upright. Whale, it's an emotional, all of the decks are marked with one of the different aces. I didn't display which ones because I don't like people to decide, oh, I just want to know about love. Go to the pile in which you are drawn towards. Justice in the 2 of Cups. You have a relationship that caused you, Strength card in reverse. Oh. Okay, so what damaged you was a toxic relationship that you have been struggling to release. Judgment in reverse is the start of a new karmic cycle. You're trying to find your new purpose after a season of change. You have been transforming. 6 of Pentacles in the upright with the Page of Cups in the upright. Ace of Cups in reverse over here. Gosh, those are very close images, even though they're completely different artists. And oddly enough, the first group was the Ace of Wands, and they also got one of their psychic influences as the Ace of Wands in reverse. So apparently what we're trying to do is upend the aces here. Okay. I have the Wheel of Fortune in reverse with the Knight of Cups in reverse. All right, I see what's happening. Well, we're gonna, okay, Page of Pentacles in reverse. All right. So group number 2, because you have the Ace of Cups, I have no choice but to the Hermit in reverse. Briefly discuss a personal relationship. And it is going to be brief because I genuinely don't want this to be a romance read. The Hierophant in the upright and the 4 of Wands in the upright. Sheepers creepers. Hi, Twin Flames. How are you? Okay, so you are likely from my Twin Flame in separation group. Listen, that's still on the table. That's still on the table, but let's talk about how to prepare you for being happier, healthier, and getting more out of your next relationship. You do have a 2 of Cups pairing coming to you. Your person is doing their own work, so let's work on you. All right, so you have been struggling with a feeling of purposelessness, as if all you ever do is tread water in a very, very difficult sea, keeping your head above water but not ever making any progress. You are being asked to, again, sit and think over your life. You've lost sight of the fact that many joyful things have happened to you. You've had a season of pain and loss, and you've been trying to recover from mistreatment. With this, the Devil in reverse, somebody badly mistreated you. Badly. Badly, badly. And it has clouded your vision of the past. It has made you think that your life thus far has not been a successful journey. It 100% has. Your grief and sorrow is blocking out all of the joy you have felt. You're actually a very exuberant and happy person. If you're given the tiniest thing to be happy about, you're willing to be. You came to this planet ready to be joyful, ready to be happy, and ready to be loving. Other people have spotted that light in you, and they've attempted to either use it or to extinguish it. You have a tremendous love coming to you. You doubt that. You doubt that. Release the doubt and focus on self for right now. You're being asked to look back at your past. Find the things that made you happiest. There were many things. You used to have a couple of creative expressions that you no longer engage in. You feel like you don't have the time. You feel like you weren't as good as you needed to be in something. You genuinely were. There are things that you need to go back towards. Your ability to believe that change and transformation can be brought to you if you are simply hopeful enough. This is a card of hope and healing as well. Somebody misused you enough that you stopped. You feel like happiness is a risk, as if you're punished for it. And you're always on your guard right now. That's that Four of Pentacles energy. You think it's making you safer, this Ten of Pentacles in the upright, and more secure. It isn't. It's filtering out the very things that you have a soul that is always ready to shine so brightly and happily. Because somebody with very ill intent spotted that, you've tried to dim your light. You've tried to dim your light, and you're trying to find safety in isolation. Understand that the universe is not going to be going along with that plan, so it's probably a good idea to start releasing it. The person who hurt you is almost out of your life, and you simply have to let them go. Let them go. You don't know how you're going to recover from, like, it's a soul level wound. You will over time, and because the pain has been so acute, you're missing the ways in which you already are. You're already in, if you look at this time last year, you're already in a much stronger, more resilient, and even more hopeful energy. But you're starting to believe that nothing changes from here, that you have simply reached a level of things being bearable. There is a new beginning coming to you. It does involve, I believe, healing work that you're going to do with others. You have a particular gift that you are meant to share with others, and you're not doing it. You're not doing it. And it can be as simple as volunteering. It can be. It can also be what I do, which is, this is a very healing art form when you do it with that as an end goal. It can be very predictive, where it's like, hey, somebody's going to tell you that your cousin's coming to visit. There's nothing wrong with that type of tarot reading. There really isn't. But this can help you identify the areas within. And what you need to release is, you are letting your view of the future, and I'm not scolding you, but this is what has happened. Somebody hurt you so badly that you are afraid to have hope. And the universe and your spirit guides are saying, please release that. It's over. It's over. And you have such a great love ahead of you. And you're so sick of hearing that, because where the heck are they? Here's what they're waiting for. This Lover's in reverse. You're not healed entirely yet, because you still are letting like sounds like it's blame. It's not. You were like genuinely, somebody set out to horribly injure you, and they succeeded. But the way in which you're trying to heal is to think, I will never let somebody injure me again. And the way that you're doing that is by holding people at a distance. That's not the remedy. Look for the things that made you happiest. Understand that you actually don't need to reach out for this. You have a horror of things like signing up for dating services. You don't need to do that. You don't need to do that. First of all, release the need for a relationship right now. It's not the time. It almost is. It almost is. Your relationship to self is what you need to work on. You're being asked to go back over your memories, and every time you start stumbling over this crap, and like this person, they're getting theirs. That's going to help you, by the way. Like, that's a thing that's coming up that and don't feel guilty. Don't feel guilty. You're going to feel guilty. You didn't do it. They brought it on themselves, okay? They have a karma return coming to them. And they genuinely did something hideous to you. They genuinely did. And they did it knowingly. And they need to learn their lesson, and you are not responsible for whatever befalls them. You are being given the opportunity to go back through your memories. Even with that person, you still found the ways to be happy. You have always had a tremendous gift for making the best of a situation. And because it kept you within a situation that was very painful to you, you're starting to view that as a form of denial. It wasn't. It was your ability to see that to go towards that which was positive. You're being asked to examine your memories, to find the things that made you happiest. There are a couple of answers there. One of them is, I believe you used to do some more writing than you do now. You need to start committing, and when I say you need or you have to do anything, do what you wish, but this is the advice that is being given to you. Find your creative expression again. You're not reading as much as you used to either. You're not taking in as much. You're trying to keep yourself emotionally safe by limiting the input. Understand that, first of all, the universe is like, well, no, you're actually quite special. This thing that kept you going through what was really a very, very, very long, the never-ending story, very long season of loss and pain, was that even as things were painful, you were able to find that bright spot within. You were very intrigued and interested by learning more, by expansion, by drawing in towards you. You're being asked to do that again. You've recently put up your walls to try and keep yourself safe. And by recently, it's been within the last year or so. The lockdown did not help. This is a timeless reading. Whenever you see it is the right time. But it's reinforced this notion you have that the only way to kind of achieve healing and to be safe again. And this is sad, but you really do think that you're just plodding through your life, living out the rest of your days. And there are parts of you with that King of Pentacles in reverse that just longs for it. And this is a very difficult thing, but just longs to be able to release it and to have this be over. And you're just trying to soldier through the rest of your life. Understand that that is not what the universe has planned for you. So your spirit guides are saying to you, please prepare yourself, because there are new people trying to enter your life. There are new situations and there are new opportunities. And I think you are the Twin Flame group. You have somebody you love, and you're so afraid that like anything new that comes to you like puts a barrier between you and them. No. And you're being asked not to focus on this person any longer. Release this as a need right now. It is coming to you. That which is meant for you is coming to you. Your real need right now is to finish healing the level of traumatic and emotional destruction that was visited upon you by an abuser. You're not defined by that. Look back for the things that made you happy, that sustained you. Your answers are still there. They're still there. You love art. You love art. Make sure that you're like going towards the things that heal you. And visual beauty is very, very, very important to you. You've been thinking that you can't find it any longer because of the situation around you in the world at large, and you can. Sit down and like watch cinematically pleasing movies, anything that you can find that sparks your interest. Very recently, and I don't eat meat. I'm not fully vegan. I almost am, but I'm about 95%. And half of what I do at night is I watch vegan cooking shows on YouTube, because it just pleases me so much that these people are so incredibly creative and expressing their love in a way that they're trying to share with others. As you like kind of go towards the area of life that calls to you, is it energetic healing? Is it psychic services? Is it some type of watercolor painting? Is it writing? There was a creative expression that used to really, really bring you joy, and you don't do it because it's not lucrative. You stopped doing something because there was no way to monetize it as far as you knew. And you don't understand that there is, first of all, some kind of monetary return on that. There is. You're starting a new cycle, and you're being asked to look back to the past to find that which made you happy as you prepare for a transformation. The inspiration for what is changing lies in your past. And it's not a particular thing. It is a mindset that you have closed the door on because you're afraid of being hurt. You're afraid of being hurt. You were so badly hurt you thought you were going to die. You really did think you were going to die. You're not going to. You're not going to. You're almost entirely healed, and you don't have this little thwarted life ahead of you, which is kind of what you keep telling yourself. I have all tied up, boundaries too high, blocking out too many things. You don't let people get close to you any longer. The 7th chakra, Archangel Uriel, is the divine light that is coming to you regardless. And here's the thing, man holding a coin with a woman holding a coin. Okay, twin flames, hi. Again, you have your balancing counterpart coming to you. It is, I'm not mocking it, not even a little bit. By the way, this is the card for Taurans. It can be earth energy. It can simply be like that stability in finances and in love and emotional stability. That's a great pairing with a woman holding a coin and a man holding a coin. But you have a door to value. Okay. Nothing's being held back from you. You don't have to achieve a certain level of energetic balance before you're allowed to be happy again. You're not getting being a person wrong. You've been receiving a lot of messages about self-love and self-care and self-healing, and that understanding what you deserve and what is meant for you. And every time you hear it, it's so frustrating to you because it sounds like being told, well, you're not doing something right, so you're not allowed to be happy. That is not what's happening. The things that are going to make you happy are coming to you regardless. This work is you're being asked to do so that you enjoy them rather than resist them. Because you already have at least 2 things in your life that are trying to call out to you. A new way of doing things, a new way of kind of functioning is being presented to you. New opportunities as well. And you don't trust making the change, and procrastination is very much holding you back as well. The reason that you're procrastinating is because you're afraid of failure, and you're not going to fail. You're not going to fail. And you have this deep fear that you are walking this world alone and that you were sent here to be entirely alone. You feel incredibly isolated. You're a very, very loved person. There we go. The 6 of Wands in the upright with the Queen of Cups in reverse, the Fool in the upright. That is trusting your intuition, making progress on a journey. The Star in the upright, dreams coming true. Group number 2. You have both the most difficult and the easiest assignment here. And that is, you need to look back and find your happy memories. You've closed the door on your past because something and it wasn't just one thing, it wasn't just one relationship, it's been a culmination of relationships in which you kind of look back and feel that that's the narrative of your life story, and you need to turn away from it and just try to be numb and dull and deadened to the pain, and to try and just enjoy tiny little things, and that will be the only thing that you have in your life. That is not your life story. And all that the universe is trying to tell you in a healing capacity, dream oil. You don't let yourself believe in good things any longer. You don't. Risk hope. Group number 2, go back, find your happy memories, exclude the painful ones. It's not the same thing as denial. You've been working on healing that trauma and that injury. And the way that you've done it is you think that it's like amputating your past and turning your back on the way you used to do things, thinking that you were doing it wrong. Why else would you have been so badly injured? You did almost everything right. You have worked so hard your whole life simply to be better and better. It has worked. It's why you outgrew a very kind of a vicious monster in your life who started attacking you for your growth and they felt like they were losing control over you, and they were. And so they hurt you more and more and more. That doesn't mean you were wrong to be who you are. Go back, find yourself. You are awesome. And you have stuff coming to you, and blessings coming to you, and love coming to you. And it is not going to take years. That's what you think of. That's the thing that makes you like sag and almost fall down and be unable to get up. Is whenever you hear this, you envision years, thousands of days of being alone and just trying to find like a tiny scrap of something to be happy about. Everything is changing. Everything is transforming. You did have this year of being held, and this is a timeless reading. If you're seeing this, you have been in a form of stasis for over a year, and you're afraid that this is all your life will ever be. It's changing very rapidly. Be prepared and find yourself again. Don't let that person who hurt you kill you like that. You deserve to live. That beautiful, hopeful, bright spirit that got you through a lot. I'm not talking about letting that person win. They'll win then. No, it's not about that. It's not a competition. It's that you deserve to find that person. That person is lost back there. Go back and find the part of you that loved so much that you couldn't see the monster beside you. That monster was always a monster, but you still managed to be radiantly happy and hopeful on so many occasions because that's who you are. And that's your advice for this reading. If you like this reading, please don't forget to subscribe. There's a button over there or down below. Please hit the thumbs up button and please consider sharing it. It helps the channel. If you'd like to book me for a private reading, there's an insert in a moment that contains all the information on how to contact me, and my website is linked in the description box down below. I would love a chance to read for you in real life. Your healing message is, don't bury yourself like this. You are a beautiful human being, and you deserve the joy that is coming to you, and it is not too late. Take care, be well, and thank you for joining me. Welcome back. If you chose candle number 3, pile number 3, this is your candle, this is your reading. This is the marker for the pile. I kept receiving these messages, these comments about, please number them. I don't really have a high-tech way of doing that, so we're going old school. I hope you're still able to see this. That is pile number 3. Your candle was anointed both with healing oil, as all of the candles were, and then also with, this is a terrible one to pronounce, Asclepius. It's Asclepius, and it is for physical healing, finding cures, and healing heartbreak. This is the self-love, self-care, how do I put myself together to be whole within type of reading. I'm not sure I'm going to title that, but I will figure it out later. You have the Ace of Swords, clarity, communication, truth. Triumph as well. I have replenish. Workaholic collective. Don't forget to rest appropriately. I finally took almost 3 days off. And by 3 days off, I mean I minorly worked, which for me is like, I actually did a demon removal on Saturday. So I did work, but I took more time off than I normally do, and I feel so much better. Please remember, you need to rest appropriately. You cannot solve your problems if you're so depleted that you can't see any point in it. Narrow pathway, tread thoughtfully. Replenish, tread thoughtfully. Wish wisely. Interesting. Use your wishes wisely to manifest your heart's desire and take practical steps towards making your dreams come true. I have action with openness. Okay. I have here and now, to be fair, true love, and new supportive connections. There will be no romance in this read, by the way. I really, really wanted to do a read in which I was focusing not on personal relationships of a romantic nature, but on our relationship with self. Because so many people receive that self-care, self-love, you've got to be whole within message, and then like not a lot more on that. We're just like given that instruction and then like, hey, good luck with that. So what we're doing today is we're looking for the ways in which to be whole within, in which to heal, and how to take care of yourself. Self-care and self-love leading to healing. Wow, you coming out? Ace Cups in reverse, which you're quite unhappy at the moment. That makes sense. Heartbreak pile. There we go. I I have the Queen of Pentacles in the upright. Now that can be Capricorn, Virgo, or Taurus, but it doesn't have to be. That is usually somebody to whom, like, security is a great deal. Like, you're a good, loving, supportive human being. Gender being meaningless in tarot. 8 of Cups in reverse is often a returning energy. You're trying to return to that. 4 of Cups in the upright, but ooh, gosh. Disappointment, discontent. Princess of Swords in the upright. 5 of Wands in the upright. Change. Some confusion as well. The Moon in reverse is clarity. I have the 10 of Cups in reverse as your external influence. You may be one of the... Every reader has a different collective, and mine is an empathic collective, many of whom have, in the last couple of years or recently, released a primary relationship and have been trying to heal. I have the Empress in the upright. That is the goddess energy. That is Mother Earth. That is trying to enjoy this physical existence. Princess of Pentacles in reverse. Please stop overworking. Like, that is a message that comes through over and over again. The Fool in the upright. The Prince of Cups in reverse. You really are being asked to dial back and use your efforts appropriately. Like, you're somebody, you're a whirlwind, you're a force of nature, and you've heard it before. I have the Queen of Wands in the upright with the 5 of Pentacles in the upright. Oh, you just feel so left out of everything good in life. You're just having a very difficult time with that. The Lovers in the upright with the 8 of Pentacles in reverse. Another message about, please, you've got to find leisure time. Ace of Pentacles in reverse. Another one about, please, please, please don't work so hard. There we go. I've got the King of Swords in reverse with the 2 of Pentacles in reverse. All right. I'm making that face because I don't want to talk about personal relationships, and something just tried to come through, and we're not going to talk about it because we're focusing on balance here. Yeah. All right. Put this over here. I have the Ace of Swords in reverse. Oh my God, that's the 3rd group this happened for. The signifier that is in the upright, because they're all aces. I just didn't want people to choose based on the ace, because almost everybody wants to choose the Ace of Cups whenever I do that. I have the Ace of Swords in reverse with the Universe in the upright, which is the World card, the King of Pentacles, and the Hanged Man. Okay, and that came out with the 2 of Pentacles in reverse. So let's talk about this a little bit. Group number 3, you are draining yourself like a battery. And it's because whenever you come to rest, you are confronted with how little you have in your life that you actually want there. Understand that that is your perception, but you have more than you admit that you do. You actually have people who really, really look forward to almost everything about you. And you don't view yourself that way. You don't view yourself as special or as a light in somebody else's life, but you are. And you are dimming your own light. The Queen of Pentacles in the upright is someone who's so reliable, a good problem solver, loving, nurturing, can keep stuff together. This is the person you go to tell your troubles to. And this person, is not gender specific. Gender is essentially meaningless. And I'm tired of the binary world. I'm sure you are too in some ways. We are not defined by our gender. Society tries to program us in a way that tells us one gender can do something better than the other, but truthfully, we all contain masculine and feminine energies, and trying to find your balance within to be the best version of yourself is the thing that will bring you the greatest happiness. You are an amazing person. You are able to organize things, you are able to problem solve, you are able to give loving and nurturing and caring. You have a hard time giving it to yourself. And in fact, you treat yourself as having less worth than other people. The thing that you're being asked to do, and by the way, I will very briefly talk about like what keeps trying to come through. You have a relationship coming to you. You do. If you're single right now, if you're not, by the way, this part of the message is not for you. You have a relationship coming to you that is going to fill up your heart and soul. It is not very far away, but I don't want to focus on that because your relationship to yourself right now is deeply troubled. And if you embark on another love affair, another romantic pairing, and this is a soulmate, I believe, then what's going to happen is you will continue to discount your own worth and your own worthiness of receiving. You're being asked to please, if you have to like make a hard and fast rule that from 5 o'clock on Friday evening until 11 p.m., what I will do is I will indulge in self-care practices. If that means hot bubble baths and giving yourself pedicures and sitting around with avocado masks on, rock on. I love skincare personally, so that would be one of my ideas of fun. You don't do that. You deprive yourself of everything good. You're trying to be so responsible. You're too responsible. You're too responsible. And it's wonderful that you're so responsible, but you are doing it to the exclusion of your personal happiness. At least once a week, make yourself a meal that you really, really enjoy. You can order it in as well. Sincerely, stop having such a punitive mindset towards what you deserve. You are one of the most generous people towards others, and you have a very hard time being kind and generous towards yourself. There's a lot to replenish. There is so much emphasis here on trying to be kind to you in the here and now. You're not fair to yourself. You will work yourself to a frazzled, strung out, depleted, empty shell and get up and try and do it again the next day, because you're trying to fix things with action and with activity and with force. Understand that's taken care of for you. The thing you're working so hard at, first of all, follow through on things. You keep putting something off that will offer you increase. And it's because in your heart of hearts, you don't believe you deserve increase. Please start treating yourself as having worth again. I've got jumping candles all over the place. In order to make a new beginning in your life, you need to, and whenever I say you need to or you have to, this is simply the advice you're being given. You don't have to do anything. You would feel happier and better and heal more effectively if you could stop and give yourself permission to be kind to you. Somebody in your background, somebody in your life taught you that you always come last. They weren't well. You may have been raised by a narcissist. You may have been raised by somebody with a different personality disorder. You were taught you're the least important person in any room. And if you assert your worth, then you're being self-centered. The person who programmed you to believe that, that's actually what they do. They consider themselves the center of the world. And they would shame you and berate you if you tried to exert your worth on any level. What you're being asked to do now to find your wholeness is to set aside, even if it's $25, even if it's only 10, even if it's simply 3 hours of time in which you do not answer the phone. If you have children, you tell your kids, hey, it's my time, and unless you're bleeding, I don't want to hear anything from you. That is not a punishing thing to do to kids, as long as they're age appropriate. You can't tell a 3-year-old that. But for most children past about the age of 8 or 9 or 10, it is appropriate to say, I need 2 hours by myself. And unless it is a screaming, eking, oh my God, call an ambulance emergency, deal with this yourself. We are taught that in order to raise these wonderful and effective people, we have to be very sacrificing of ourselves. And we don't understand what we're patterning for our children is a lack of worth in ourselves. The last message that most of us raised by narcissists or abusers, and I was raised by both, actually, a sociopath and a narcissist. I got double lucky. But I'm okay. You can overcome your formative damage. But you were raised to believe that you don't have worth. And you try to compensate for that by being everything to people. Being everything to the people who love you, that you never have a moment of being like, yeah, I can't do that for you right now because I don't feel so great, or I'm tired, or you don't need that right now, or I'm in the middle of something. You don't have a feeling of worth for yourself. And you don't understand because I do have some people who have children here, the 10 of Cups in reverse. You don't understand, you're not teaching your kids a good message. You're not teaching them a good lesson. All they're learning is that you're embodying the lessons that you were taught about yourself that you're fighting against. You have a lot coming up for you, including a very loving relationship. It's right up there, and I'm just like, no, I'm not going to talk about that, courage. Your loving relationship needs to start with yourself. Set aside 4 to 5 hours each week, and it is sacrosanct. It's sacred. Don't let anybody else impinge, infringe, impede upon that time. It is not selfish to understand that you need to maintain self. You have a lot coming to you. You need to start making the room to receive it by recognizing your own worth within. You don't take the time to read any longer. Like, you don't take the time to simply self-indulge a little bit. Self-care, self-indulgence, these are replenish. You're out of balance because you pour effort out and effort out and effort out, and you don't take any, like, basically gas in to fuel yourself. Like, you eat when you're about ready to fall down from starving. You have a tendency to go for sugar a lot because you let your blood sugar get way, way, way too low. Like, you're not eating appropriately, and so you hog out on sugar, and I'm not judging you, but you're trying to get your blood sugar up because you're not fueling appropriately. You are treating yourself as having so little worth, and you would be appalled if any of the people you loved treated themselves as badly as you treat yourself. Treat yourself kindly. You deserve it. You deserve it. Is there anything else we need to know about this? Because that is the message. You work too hard. You need to, like, be firm with your schedule around how much time you take off. You need to set boundaries for yourself that you respect. I have the sun in the reverse. I don't read these in the reverse. You have increase coming for you and to you. You're blocking it out because the way you treat yourself is as having less worth than other people. And I'm not saying you need to be self-aggrandizing, and I don't think you need to be self-centered, but you need to have a recognition of self-worth that you're not doing it. And part of the reason, I have door to spirit. You need to heal. You need to heal. Victory. Okay, I'm going to leave it at that. All you need to do, group number 3, is put appropriate amounts of effort into what you're trying to achieve. You, honest to goodness, will, until you're almost ready to drop, try to give to others. Because, and you're not thinking of it this way, you're trying to earn your place by proving your worth. You have innate worth. You have innate worth. And people have a tendency to take advantage of you because you don't have a way of setting a boundary until you pretty much have to cut somebody off. That's how you set boundaries, is you leave people behind because you haven't found how to say no to people because you have such a hard time saying yes to yourself. That is your self-healing assignment. And it doesn't have to be monetary, but it does need to be the gift of time and of care. This is clarity and success. You have a slightly different message than the other groups do. And that is, you need to rest more. You need to, if you need to write it down, by the way, please do. Sincerely, if you need to write down the sentence, I have innate worth. I am worthy and I deserve love, kindness, and respect. Over and over again, every night before you go to bed and every day when you wake up, then please do that. You keep having these unsatisfying friendships and relationships because you have such a hard time defending and recognizing your own worth until such time as somebody has drained almost your last drop of blood. And sometimes that is on them. Sometimes that is on them. And then sometimes it is about being able to receive because you turn down offers. You turn down offers. And if somebody asks you how you're doing, your natural impulse is to turn the conversation back to them. I'm not talking about being self-centered. But what I am saying is that you need to recognize self-worth. Start by treating yourself as kindly as you do the other people you love. If you need to like give yourself a separate nickname, hey Joan, I'm gonna be kind to Joan today, only you're really Joan. Do that, whatever it takes. Plan a surprise for your best friend and then really surprise yourself and do that for yourself. You deserve all the kindness that you're giving to others. And that's where you're out of balance. That's where you're out of balance. You have so much love. You have so much kindness and you have so much healing. And you steadfastly refuse to believe that it is meant to be given to you on any level. You think you're meant to receive it from others, but then you won't receive it. And so they do. They take and they take and they take and they take and they take, because most people are in almost the same boat. Learn to say no appropriately, and then learn to say yes appropriately, and then replenish, 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 replenish. Nothing is going to be solved if you're energetically dead, if you're so depleted that you cannot see a way forward. And you're almost at that level. You need to rest. You need to rest. You need to rest more than you're resting. Treat yourself as having worth, and you'll be surprised, because that is the very thing that makes other people, focusing on self, makes other people, that's the Three of Cups in reverse. Six of Wands in the upright. It's moving forward. It's a journey. It's progress. That candle has been jumping this whole time. It's psychic cleansing oil. As you treat yourself as having worth, the Tower, and then the Ten of Wands. Ooh, big change to relieve stress and victory and progress. Those are things that are coming to you. The thing is that your increase is pretty much guaranteed. But you run the very, and I'm only giggling ever so slightly because I'm a workaholic. Like sincerely, when I work less than 65 hours a week, it's nearly a miracle. I need to listen to my own advice sometimes. You are at risk of not enjoying your own success because you don't value you as much as you value other people. Replenish, and every time you catch yourself going out of your way for somebody, all you're being asked to do is please balance that out by doing something nice for you. And it may involve telling people who have taken from you. And it's not vicious. It's not vicious. Sometimes it's just because they're used to it. It may involve telling people who are very used to you not having very firm boundaries that here is my boundary. Oh, I'm sorry, I need to take some time off. I'm busy right now. Please don't bother me. If it's your kids, sincerely. That is not an unloving thing to do. It is not an unloving thing to do to teach your children that you recognize your worth. Most of what we learn from observing those around us. Be to yourself the person that you are to others, and you will be healed. Thank you so much for joining me, group number 3. Please don't forget to subscribe, hit that thumbs up button. Please consider giving it a share. It really helps my channel. If you'd like to book me for a private reading, there's going to be an insert in a moment that contains all the information on how to do that. My website is linked in the description box down below, and I would love a chance to read for you in real life. You have worth. You have worth, pile number 3. You're about the only person who doesn't see it any longer, and you're just stringing yourself out, trying so hard to prove to yourself that you're a worthy person. Your spirit guides are asking you to hear this. You are worthy. The person who told you that you weren't, I think it's formative damage, and they simply should not have had children. It was never about you. It was about their own damage, and they have a personality disorder. Somebody with mental illness programmed you to believe that you are not worthwhile. Rewire yourself, claim your power, claim your worth. Take care, be well. I will see you next time. Welcome back. If you chose candle number 4, pile number 4, then this is your candle, this is your reading. Your candle was anointed with, really? Oh, a picked up the wrong one. I beg your pardon. I was like, hey, that's psychic cleansing oil. That was the first group. Your candle was anointed with healing oil first. I happen to put the bottle right next to it. And then Amanso Guapo. And this is a return of lovers, luck, money, and a reversal of finances. Be aware, this is not a relationship read. And I am not going, even if it comes out in the cards, because it's tried to on multiple piles, I'm like, nope, not talking about you. Somebody in the comments section, and it's been multiple people, have been like, please, please, please number the piles. I don't have a high-tech way of doing that, so we're going old school. Number 4 is this pile. Here's your oracle cards, and yours is the Ace of Pentacles. All of the cards were marked with a different ace. I kept them in the reverse because I did not want it to influence your decision. I have kindness. That is the healing oracle card. Allow yourself to receive and to give kindness. I have valiant courage. Take action with passion. This is, the Ace of Pentacles is usually about like monetary things, jobs, transformation. Multiple groups have gotten transformation. This fairy tells you to surrender to a transformation in your life that's happening for your highest good. Embrace your transformation. The best is yet to come. Anybody who watches me for more than 5 minutes knows that I take such great issue with that happened to you for your highest good. Listen, most terrible things do not happen to us for our highest good. It is a factor of our choices combined with somebody else's choices. And the reason that like it became misconstrued that that terrible thing happened to you for highest good is that when something terrible happens to you, we get extra assistance. And so people started associating the terrible trauma with but then the divine came in. No, the divine comes in as a rescue squad. For the most part, we're like soldiering through, making our choices and carving our life path with certain fateful occurrences along that path. Every now and then we tarry and linger in an energy we are not meant to, and our guides keep trying to push us and trying to push us and trying to push us. And we ignore them because we kind of intrinsically don't like change as people. Sometimes that goes catastrophically wrong. That is not the same thing as something happening to you for your highest good. It's not. And sometimes bad luck, ill health, life is perilous. But the bad things that happen to us have nothing to do with for our highest good. You are not injured to evolve. You're not. Every now and then you'll have a karmic relationship, and the more pain it results in, the more likely it is that you didn't heed the signs to release it. And that's not saying your pain is your fault. It's not. It's just that we do make choices that influence what happens in our lives. And if you're sitting here watching this, you did release that, and you do have a lot of divine guidance trying to help you heal after the circumstances of life injured you that badly, and they're helping you heal for your highest good. But the bad thing did not happen to you for your highest good. However, some things do happen to you for your highest good. Those are the fateful occurrences, and you've got something coming to you. All right, we've got wonders. Highest good. That's how you can tell the difference. The things that happen to you for your highest good are not traumatic. I have purification. Yay. Releasing darker energies, sometimes a victim mentality as well. Between worlds. I have deep knowing. Oh, I'm going to have a psychic intuition group, aren't I? I have deception. Blech. And commitment. Okay, I know which group this is. I'm not going to be discussing this like somebody lied to you in a core relationship energy. I've already informed the guides and the cards keep trying, that this is not going to be a relationship read. Our relationship to self is being examined here. All right, I see you. Got the 8 of Wands in reverse. I've got the Ace of Pentacles in the upright. The first and only group to get their signifier for the group in the upright as well. All others got it in the reverse. I have the 9 of Pentacles in reverse. That is about blocking out your own abundance as well. Sometimes by a failure. That's a really damning phrase. Sometimes by an inability to recognize that which is good because you've got your, like, kind of your guard up after just way too much damage. I have the King of Wands in the upright. I have the 10 of Swords in the upright. I have the Fool in the upright, which is where I like to see it. Leap of faith, going forward, forging ahead. I have the Page of Cups in reverse. This is the vice versa deck, and I really, really like it. Ever since I learned not to care whether it's like the front or the back side. For a while, I really overcomplicated this deck, and it comes with a very insufficient guidebook for the type of artwork that it carries. I have the Queen of Cups in the upright. That's intuition and love and nurturing and kind of this wonderful feminine divine energy. I have the Ten of Cups in the upright in the hopes and dreams. And what do I have for the rest of this, please? High Priestess in reverse. I have the Six of Wands in reverse. Delayed wish fulfillment. Interesting. What's the delay about? I'm telling you, cards, don't do it. All right, I have the Six of Swords in reverse. I have the Eight of Swords in the upright. I have the Sun in reverse. I have the Queen of Wands in the upright. Purification. Healing of heartbreak. Hanged Man in the upright. I have the Moon in reverse. Cards for clarity. Ay, 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 ay. The only reason it's slightly difficult because you were damaged by a personal relationship. You were damaged and hurt by a personal relationship. Four of Cups in reverse, a missed opportunity that is returning to you. All right, I have the Ten of Pentacles in reverse. I'll take you guys. I have the Knight of Wands in the upright. I have the Ace of Wands in the upright. I have the Knight of Swords and then the Knight of Cups. Knight of Swords in reverse, Knight of Cups in the upright. So, hey, group number 4, you have a new financial opportunity coming to you. It is going to offer a lot of increase. You are actually really struggling with essentially the emotional burden that was brought to you. But you've done a lot of, and what happened? It was some kind of family and emotional trauma. It may have been in this relationship in which you were deceived in a long-term relationship. It does not have to be a romantic one. We hear relationship, we automatically think romance. It is not necessarily the case. Your frustration and unhappiness is something that it's healing, and it's almost entirely healed. Kindness. You have lost faith in your fellow man. You really genuinely have. Understand that there's a lot coming to you in the next few months that will reset that for you, that will give you back this feeling of being a compelling King of Wands, Queen of Wands. You're able to make stuff happen with that Ace of Wands as well. There is something you very much want to happen in a financial capacity, and you're wondering if you're being blocked from it. You know what? You're not. You're not being blocked. It's actually... this is not something you need to worry about. Your finances are, that's a situation that is transformation. This is interesting. Group number 4, you're one of the few groups that did not have a personal relationship that was hinted at, that I would then not talk about, because it's a different type of read. Listen, you have an opportunity coming to you. It is an offer. It is very close in. And the way that you need to heal for that is to simply stop blocking out your belief that things... I understand. You have healed from something. It took a lot of work. It was a long time coming. But you have blocked out new things entering your life, and that includes friendships. Sometimes you don't let people get as close to you as they want to. But it also it includes like shutting down areas of your life and living at, like, I would go with about a 15% capacity. As long as like you have a soft bed to sleep in and like something to eat and a hot shower, you're like, well, maybe that's all I get. You're trying to find your happiness in like this very micro view of what your world will contain. And you have such expansion coming to you. All you're being asked to do is to remind yourself to find the people around you who express kindness and decency and caring. Something about, it's been a long period of, like, there's been a lot of divisiveness and people being very unkind to one another. It has changed your view of humanity in a way that is not accurate. When you used to believe that everybody was pretty much good at heart, you weren't wrong. You weren't wrong. Some people lose that battle, and some people are always fighting it, and that's all that's gone on. That's all that's gone on. Half of people aren't horror shows. They're not. They simply have lost the ability to believe that there is worth in striving for their highest self, for their highest good. That is the other thing about our highest good, is go towards being the best person that you can be, and you will heal yourself because you will simply feel better about every moment of every day. You'll be happier. Somebody did you just so deeply, deeply wrong that your faith in everything is very diminished. Ten of Swords in the upright. That's over, and a new beginning with faith and happiness and joy is available to you. Don't block it out in order to protect yourself. What you're being asked to do is quite simply seek out things that restore your faith in people. It can, maybe it's watching animal rescue videos, and you probably just heard that and said, but then I'll worry about the person who abandoned them. Listen, we exist best in balance as a world. Sincerely. It would be great if we could live in all lightness, brightness, and love. And hopefully someday we will evolve to that. But as long as someone is compensating, we are, for that misdeed, we are trying to live in an energetic balance, and you can kind of choose which side of the scales that you're going to stand on. You've been trying to stand in the middle because you think it'll be less painful for you. You are always kind of a Dudley Do-Right type of person. You're the definition of a good egg. And you're trying not to be any longer. And not in this really I'll just be stingy and not. It's not like that. You are not looking at the world to receive any longer because you don't believe it. You don't believe it will. You're being asked for your self-care, for your self-healing, to start interacting with the things that will bring you a belief in increase. It could be volunteering. It could be giving of your time selflessly. It could be watching feel-good things so that you remember that is part of this world too. Listen, bad stuff is always happening, and God knows the news will focus on it, but beautiful and wonderful and caring and loving things are also happening. They just don't get as much attention, but they're still there. Go towards the energy you wish to inhabit. If you want to be around people who are kind and loving and generous, start seeking out that energy. Read inspiring books, watch inspiring movies, find inspiration again in order to, your success is coming to you regardless. There's something you're very good at, and it's kind of falling into place just period, but you're not going to enjoy it as much because you have tried to, in the wake of an injury, you have tried to alter who you are as a person for safety reasons. You're being asked to risk believing again. And it doesn't change anything. It doesn't change anything. Go towards rediscovering your faith, whatever that might mean to you. Whether it's faith in people, faith in kindness, faith in the belief that tomorrow could bring everything to a beautiful, beautiful culmination of a long journey. You have stopped having faith that things change for the better and that good things, because of this bad word person, deceit, somebody, an attachment. Okay, let me get the two more down. First chakra, Archangel Michael, all tied up. Got to heal your root chakra, allow divine love back in, the garden and the gate, and the man holding a coin. Okie dokie. So listen, financial increase is coming to you, period. That is a given on this particular one. You have made the appropriate efforts, and you continue to put in effort, and almost nothing could dissuade you from doing so. However, you have started to lock down your ability to believe that anything will change and people are good, and without thinking about it, you are giving that your worldview, the way you used to view humanity, to everything that has come to your attention that is negative, including somebody, this attachment and deceit with your ability to believe and have faith and feel safe in this world was damaged by one person. And they were so deliberate in it. Understand that your life and happiness and joy and your reception of like goodness and kindness is increasing whether or not you do any of this. Like, that's coming to you. It's the universe is going to pry open those doors again because they miss you. They miss you. Like, it's almost like there's been a spirit guide meeting where it's like, we're not, nope, man down, going after them. They're not going to let you fall down that well. But what they're afraid of is that you will receive all these beautiful things that are coming to you, including a relationship, because apparently, like, it's just impossible for the cards not to address that sometimes. But that is not the focus here. Relationship to self is. The thing you need to heal is your optimism. And the way that you can do that is by embracing and receiving kindness and going back towards a view of people as good and decent and kind. You've been very damaged by a resurgence of, like, essentially people glorying in their selfishness. I've got mine, so screw you. That's been a lot of, like, there's been just too much of that in this world. And it damaged you. And what you believe is possible with humanity. Beautiful things are coming to you, and the world is still a beautiful place. And you can add more to it. And you do. But you stopped believing that, Queen of Pentacles, you stopped believing in, you have learned self-protection by doubting. Let me take that guy too. By doubting the motives of other people, by doubting the validity of what you've always believed. Ten of Swords in reverse. It has caused you a great deal of pain. And the way that you have decided, King of Wands in the upright. Taking these guys, it's Page of Swords in reverse and the Three of Wands in reverse. And the reason I'm doing that, I'm picking up the King of Wands too. Listen, that's about, like, what's coming to you. And instead of, like, talking about the person, we're talking about you as the person. You went through a season of change. And because it was so painful, the message you received was, I need to change myself to be safe. I'm like a child. I shouldn't be this naive. You were never naive. You have very good discernment and insight into other people. You're disheartened by what is around us in the world. And all you're being asked to do is put some work into finding your former version of yourself. That person was not injured because you were foolish. That person was injured because you're so good. Re-embrace the concept that good will prevail. Good will prevail. And your beliefs, first of all, you're going to see them validated very, very shortly. And the only reason you're receiving this message is that they just want you to be able to enjoy it at the fullest level. Please experience the kindness of others. Put kindness out into the world and you will receive it as well. Be kind to yourself and believe in people again. They have let you down. But that's changing. And it will change for you the way that you're viewing humanity anyway. You're just being asked to start examining it now. Remember, all that is good is possible and it is coming to you. And they understand why your faith in everything is so damaged. the light is already on in your world. It is. You're having trouble trusting it. The reason to go back towards your belief and your faith is it has damaged your ability to trust. And this is the only time I'm going to talk about this. You have a tremendous love coming to you that will be there regardless of whether or not you trust it from the outset. And it's okay if you make that love earn that trust a little bit. That's appropriate. It's just that don't delay it so much because you lost sight of decency because the world around you seemed to. Remember, if we all start focusing on the same thing, which is increased kindness and goodness, then that will increase. Like energy attracts like energy. It's out there for the taking. It's coming to you. And all you're being asked to do is to understand your faith was never misplaced. Your faith was never misplaced. Accept it back into your heart, into your mind, into your body, and into your soul. And it's not that you will be blocked from receiving the things that are coming to you if you don't. They just want you to really, really, really enjoy it because it's right there very soon. This is a timeless reading, but within 30 days of now, so much is coming to you that you used to hope and pray for, and you stopped believing was possible because it was safer not to believe. Group number 4, you're being asked to believe again. Take care. Be well. Thank you for joining me.